Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, for the past few episodes, we have been creating this monstrosity. Well, it's not really monstrous, but it is kind of looking like a house currently, and it will probably stay looking like a house. House and then garage, something like that. This is the Mobile Refinery, which is a mobile set of refineries and cargo containers inside, that will be hauling around two resource collectors that both have mining lasers, so that they can gather resources for the fleet. Since the collectors don't have jump drives themselves, this thing will have jump drives instead, and also have the refining and cargo capacity that is required. Once this is operational, then we can go over to the capital ship and retrofit it with all the new fun things that I can find. So we've currently got one collector, that's fine. There's only me right now, so I don't need a second one. What I've also done, changing the docking bay area, is because, these collectors were basically just the right size. I was thinking maybe the physics engine would bug out and blow things up. So instead I've cut back a block layer or something of here so that we have more room at the top. Bottom is fine, however. It's still fine until it explodes, at which point, I'm going to have to redo the entire design. But that is something for another day. So today what we are working on are the final things required. We need a jump drive, we need a bridge, we need engines, and we need gyros, and we need connector access areas so that other ships can dock. Yeah, that's basically it. So first thing that we want to do is we need, I believe, interesting. I was thinking there was going to be room back here for the jump drive, but there isn't. However, there is probably room down here. So first thing that we're going to do is place the jump drive, because that may or may not take quite a bit to be able to place. So let's go. Now this thing doesn't need to jump that far, or not that far yet, so we can just place one and then everything should be fine. So we can place it here. Flip it around so that the lovely lights are showing, or not, but we'll have it so there. Okay, our nanite factory should get the jump drives running. I don't know why this refinery area is making a lot of noise. It's not refining anything. Actually, I want to check if it's refining anything. No, it's not. Okay. Okay, so that will be welded due to nanite factories, the greatest invention ever invented. The next thing that we need is we're going to need some oxygen generators and hydrogen generators. This is because we're going to be mining resources that we are going to need, so we're going to need oxygen generator to be able to turn the ice that we harvest into oxygen and hydrogen. Because without those, then I'm going to, float in space dead with no oxygen. So we can place the hydrogen tanks here. Let's place 1 and 2. This is very lucky since I had these areas open. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's symmetrical. Good. And then the other things that we need is we need a oxygen generator and some oxygen tanks, and we can place those like here. So we can place an oxygen generator here, and then the fun thing is, no, we can't place it that way. We need oxygen generator, since it doesn't have a thing on the side. We need to flip it this way, so that it's like that, and then we also need. Shame. We could have more room up there. And then we'll just place, I don't know, an oxygen tank. Here. Right? Yeah? Okay, good. We'll change up the interior a bit once we're, finished. I might do it, as a thing that I do, though this design probably won't last long, because I have a strange feeling that I'm not going to like this house-shaped mobile refinery for long. But anyway, it will serve its purpose until it's replaced. That's kind of the motto here. Right, so now that we've got those, next thing I want to do is get some gyroscopes. Now, placing gyroscopes, where could we place those? I mean, we've got a ton of room here, which would be useful. But before we do that, Yeah, before we actually get the engines and gyroscopes, I think we should actually have a control station from which to test them. So we're going to build a control station. Lovely, lovely control station. We're probably going to want to move these, right? Weld that back up. So if we go this way... Okay. If you see where I'm going with this, then good for you. So if we go like this, yeah, and then we can go continuing like this, so that then we can have a lovely thing here. And I'm not being very descriptive, but you know me, I'm not descriptive. Even though my personality is kind of interesting. Well, at least I think it is. Right, get that done. You there. Except that you shouldn't... You shouldn't... No, this is wrong, this is all wrong, what have I done? Yeah, it's all wrong. Trust me to make a mistake, huh? Okay, before I start doing anything, I should actually get the actual shape finished. One there, and... one here. Okay, so this is the kind of shape at which the cockpit, because it's not big enough to be a bridge, will take place. I think this is the smallest cockpit slash bridge I've made. Like it's what, 2x3 area? Technically 3x3 area, so we can have the cockpit here. Flight seat. That's what we're going to be using, the flight seat, because we've got a nice lovely room. Well, nice, lovely view out into the cosmos. And then we possibly also want some passenger seats, so that the two other people, because this will have a maximum capacity of 3, so that the two other people who will be piloting the collectors can stay on the bridge and don't have to get into the collectors when jumping. Good? Yes, fine. Next thing that we want is Windows. Windows. Not the operating system. I don't think these systems run on that. If they do, then that's fine, I guess. I'm going to need girders. Of course I need girders. The one thing that you'll always never need is girders, except when you're making windows. When you're making windows, you always need girders. Yes. Girder, we'll have 100 girder, please. Thank you. Fly back over, and we can start placing these down. Right. One there, one there, one there, and then I want one here and one here. On the other side, same thing, please. Okay. Now, how are we going to do this? Are we going to do it the smart way or the not so smart way? Oh, we got the dark ones. Actually, I think the dark ones are going to be fine. I guess. Yeah. Maybe. Right, so let's have a look. Get rid of this. Does it look nice? Yeah. Does it? Well, it is like sunglasses, and there is, you know, the sun out there, which will burn my eyes if I keep looking at it. Well, not really, it's a video game. Right, we also need the slanted ones, not the 1x2 slopes. I need the 1x1 slopes. And now we need to make sure that this is correctly placed. This way. And this way. Hopefully, that's the right orientation, which we will find out in a second once the game decides to get a move on. No, it's the wrong orientation. Good, good, excellent. Still know that I've still not got it whatsoever. Right, 9. Like that, and then like that. I think, maybe, possibly. Who knows? Except maybe me in a not so distant future. Except that that's the wrong way around. If I get it wrong because I second guess myself, I will be mad. Yes, I am mad. I second guess myself. That happens way too often. Okay, that should be fine. Even though these windows look... yeah, those don't match up. They are going to annoy me so much. So much. Is there an inverted version? Inverted? Window, yes, these by one slopes. There isn't. Great Scott. Okay, right. That's weird. Well, at least you could have the same texture. Never mind, I will not deal with it, but you'll hear me grumbling at some point in the future about how stupid these look. Or the alternative. I realised an alternative. Right, so place it like this, scroll once, get the inverted one. That should work, right? Please? Black, black, or, you know, shaded. Why have you done that? So I don't want you facing that way, I want you, no, not that way, you stupid. That way. Right? Yes, now it looks fine, I think, except... making textures that don't connect. You know, at some point you could rotate the way I want you to, right? It's just a possibility. Hello, and welcome to episode 14. Today we are going to be mucking around with windows. Because of course we are. Right. There we go. Stop frustrating. Stop, you know, getting confused about that. Okay, next thing. Next we need the thing. The wonderful... God, stupid. Never mind. Just do it. Is that fine? Yes, that's fine. Good. Over to here, flip it around. Finally, you rotate the way I want you to. Right. And then we need the corner pieces. Corner. No. Window. I'm going to need another tab. Right. Let's go tab 7. Window slope. Regular. And now I need the corner. I've altered the deal. Right. Let's see if that works. Is this the orientation I want? Doesn't look like it. No, it isn't. Right. No, it is. Okay, right. It just looked weird. Right. Fine. That's fine. Those black, that's black, everything's that. Good. You gonna behave? Are you? Please do so. Right. Now that we've got that, you know, sorted-ish, we can now make sure that this doesn't look horrible. You know, get the thing that you want, Jake. Okay, and then we're going to be using a special armor block because I can't be bothered to do anything otherwise. Well, no, it's not that I can't be bothered, but I will be really annoyed if it doesn't work. The only question is, can I find it? That is a good point. Right, armor ramps. No, that's not one. Ramps. Let's see. 1x1 split corner. Right? Is this the thing? Yes, there we go. Lovely. Right, you should work. You should work. Weld up. Hold up again. See? Look at that. That looks fine. Now what we can do is add the roof, which is 7. Get you... flip around. Except I can't place you like this, because of course I can't. I need to place it from the inside. Right, and that should be fine. Am I correct? Does this bridge look fancy? Mirror, mirror on the wall, have I done this correctly? The answer is yes, I have. Excellent. We do have a ton of girders, but I think that's going to be fine. So, the bridge is done, which means I can control this, which means I can actually control the entire ship. You see in the bottom right we're moving. I can also rotate. Whee! Look at this rotation! Because of how much mass we're using. Except for the fact that this collector isn't connected. Yes, that could have gone really badly if we had more power. So, the new... It's the light again. It's not Z fighting, it's the light. Just deal with it, Jake. Deal with it. Don't get fussy. Right, let's go outside, and we will be doing the connectors. Outside. First of all, connect this. Right. Initiative is on. This way, please. Okay, we're aligned there. Aligned there. Turn on. Go up. Can we... Yes, we're locked. Okay. I'm going to turn off your inertia dampeners so you don't do anything silly. And we're going to fly this way. Okay, so now we need a good area to have a connection point for connectors and conveyors and things like that. So go back inside through these very annoying airlocks, though they do serve their purpose in being one block. We now need to find a place... Oh, that's going to be a problem, because we've got all the refineries in the universe on this side. So we're probably going to need the thing here. How does that look? That looks maybe fine. Right, so let's fly to the other side and do the same. Do the same. Excellent. Right, next thing that we need to do is we need to get to version 2. Break this. Place this here. And we need a conveyor coming this way, and then we need a regular junction. Do the same over to the other, and everything should be fine. Please be fine. Please. Right. Okay, now that we've got those, we need to have some fancy thing, which is not going to be fancy whatsoever, it's just going to be, you know, armoured indentation. Let's get the corner block. Flippy, flippy, flip. Flipping all the time. Or should I say rotating? Okay, and then what we can do is we can have this guy again, and then... Or do we want that? Do we want this? Yes, this is the thing. Good. So that's good. That's what should happen, right? You do not sound convinced, Jake. No, of course I don't. Right, let's get armor blocks. Let's do the thing. Right. So, now we've got connection points, we've got a jump drive, we've got oxygen tanks and hydrogen tanks and oxygen generator, we've got a bridge. Now, the last thing that we need to do is engines and gyros. The engines, which is also known as the fun bit to which I will die very, very quickly. Oh, hang on. It seems I've forgotten to place this. Actually, I should turn on my lights. That would be a good idea, yes. Because not everything is bathed in sunlight, is it? Okay. The engines, which is also known as the bane of my existence, because I really don't want engines in all directions, because that just looks silly sometimes. We're going to need engines this way, this way, this way, every which way except in the fourth dimension, because we don't need time-travelling engines. Oh, we also need to fix this. Can I please do it later? No? Fine. One of my consciousnesses has decided we should do this before I do anything else, before I change, before I get distracted. So that's what we're going to do, because I follow his word to the letter, apparently. Right, I need this guy here. And then this guy here. Right, that's the thing. Good, hopefully. Do the same thing. This guy and armor blocks. Except that that needs to go quickly before it explodes. And that should be fine, I think. Looks absolutely horrible, but then again, what doesn't? Well, I'll probably say, you know, for heaters, but yeah, never mind. Okay, so we've got our bridge section, which looks lovely, I think. Yeah, the only judge of that would be not me. Okay. Engines, that's what I was doing. Yes. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have engines. I believe I've explained this plenty of times. We're going to clear everything else because we don't need it. Don't need you guys anymore. Neither do I need you. 4, need you, except I don't need you guys. Okay, number 5, you are going to have thrusters. This is going to be entertaining. Right, we want, no, we don't want those. We want these guys. These level 2 armoured thruster slopes. And we also want modular. No, that's not how you spell modular, Jake. Not how you spell modular. Which one? We need the middle. We need corner. And we need the center 2, center 3. So that's... Which one's center 1 then? Ah, that's 1. That's center 1. Okay. So we're going to be using these. Now, the problem is we need enough thrust so that we can move this thing at a decent pace. However, we don't want too much thrust, as that's just going to be completely pointless. This ship is not built to move quickly, it is built to jump. Jumping and moving into a better position is what it's supposed to do, not, I don't know, do the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs. So we're going to have engines, first of all braking engines before I do anything stupid. Luckily we have room here which we're going to have engines on. Yes, we're going to have very volatile, no they're not volatile, they're ion engines. If they were hydrogen engines, very volatile engines underneath the cockpit. Yes, that would be something I would regret. Possibly when I die, which would possibly be the reason why I died, is because I had ion engines, but we'll deal with that later. Okay, so I've now got, what, 5 small ion engines, noting that this guy is 4 and that's tiny. That might be fine, and then what we can do is we can have some more, so we can have 2 here. Flip you around, and we can have you here. See, look! Thrusters that are in line with the entire thing. And now the rest of the stuff is not going to be in line whatsoever, because that's the kind of thing that I do. I'm going to quickly weld this up so that I can get rid of some steel, because I'm running low on inventory space. Fly over to the other side, deal with this. Place that guy here, and that should be fine. my game is now pausing for some reason, but that's probably due to the amount of stuff that I've just placed. Right. Next thing that we need is we need up and down thrusters, and then we need left and right thrusters, and then we need forwards and backwards thrusters, and we need hokey cokey thrusters. So the problem is we can't place thrusters here because we've got thrusters here. However, we can place them here, which is fine. Not as many as we need, but we'll deal with it. And once I've got enough thrusters in each direction, also known as at least one, then we will disconnect this entire monstrosity from here, and we can finish the rest of it still using nanofactories, but being docked to something else, I think. Maybe. Well, we can dock using this thing, can't we? Yes, we can. Maybe. Hang on. These things aren't far enough away. Because we've got this lip here, yeah, which is supposed to be for style, but what it's going to do is it's going to, you know, attach onto the thing that this is on. Oh no, except for the fact that that's a block away. Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine. What I said, completely disregard it. As usual, just disregard it. I'm just going to throw a bunch of stuff in here because I don't need it. I don't know why I've got motors and... Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, it's because I had things. Right. We need... I'm just going to place some thrusters, yeah? And then we'll deal with this in a second. Let's place one here, and then we need one going upwards. I know this is going to be monstrous, but I'm going to deal with it. You don't have to, but I do. Because I'm the person doing it. And at some point, I'm going to yell at myself. So that's up, down, back, forwards, backwards, left and right? Yes. Good. Once those are done, then we can disconnect this thing, noting that we need to keep it connected. Oh, hang on. No. Is there a construct beacon? There's a repair beacon. Yes, we'll use those. A repair beacon basically allows this thing to construct and repair on a ship that's not actually connected. How amazing is that? So it means we can place this repair beacon, you know, anywhere. I'll place it in the bridge, for example. And then what we can do is just hang around. We don't need to connect to the ship itself in order to do anything. Right. Let's go through Noise Land. We're going to place the repair beacon here. It should automatically be created due to nanofactory-age, something like that. The last thing that we need before we disconnect is we're going to need some uranium so that we can power this thing. Didn't mean to turn off inertia dampeners, that's not necessary. Right, so let's go over here into the deadly trap of laser death. And we need uranium. If anyone says who's uranium, you're going to meet your end. Right. We have uranium. We can now put it in here. Or as some people say, uranium, because they're weird. Can't place it in there. Reactor. It's probably just going to be azimuth fusion reactor 3. There we go. You now have power. And what we can now do is disconnect you. Except for the fact that we have no gyro. We need a gyro. Okay. People may hate me for this, but I'm going to get rid of this block here. So that I can actually get in and out without having to, you know, mess around that much. So we need gyro. Noting that this thing doesn't need to rotate that quickly. Yeah, we'll have a gyro bank here. We'll have more gyros when we're done with this thing. Actually, I'll probably move the repair beacon. I'll move it into the cockpit. So if we get rid of this... Fly over here. Weld this thing up. Good. And then we can place the rest of the gyros. Now, here is a kind of event horizon. I'm going to disconnect the ship. If the nanite factories do not work any longer, then this is going to take a tiny amount of time in your eyes, but you know, probably like 10 minutes in mine, in order to, you know, get this ship connected to the nanite factories again. So we're now disconnected, and I want to see if we're still connected to the nanite factories. Place this thing here. Will it be created by the lovely omnipotent, that's the thing, nanite factories? Hello? Yes, okay, good. Is this thing drifting? Yes, it is. Why are you drifting? No, we don't want that. We want to go up here. I also think that the simulation speed is decreased, basically because it's increasing in the amount of time that it takes for me to do things. Right, here. Doesn't look like we're moving, is it? Pay attention, everyone. Look at the pixels. Is anything moving? Hang on. Look at the acceleration there. Hang on. This thing is moving. Why? I can tell it's moving. It's just weird. Are you doing anything? Yes, you. This guy. Oh, you weren't connected. That explains a lot. Why were you not connected? Interesting. Well, we now have, you know, at least some manner of movement. Is this thing still moving? No. Good. Apparently we were having some weird motion thing. Okay, now we've got all of these gyros. The next thing that we need to test out is how well they perform. So we're going to... well, we kind of need to clear the area, don't we, before we start messing around with this. We'll turn. Yeah, there seems to be a decent amount of gyroscopage. Yes, this will do. Because the thing won't be doing any barrel rolls, will it? So we've got enough gyros in a weird position, but this ship is weird. And now we're going to be working on the main engine. Ooh, joy, the main engine. Right, let's fly over. We can now... what I actually want to do... No, we'll place the engines, and then we'll get rid of that. Yes, that's the proper way to do things. Right, let's get the module thing. So how do we want to align this? For your top / bottom, and you are sides. So you need to be placed like this. So 4, 5. Good. Good, right. That should be everything working. So, the middle section is... okay, fine. It's here. Middle section's here, just in case. Just in case you weren't following, it's here. Right, let's extend this about here. We're basically going to have a massive main engine, by the way, because that's how I roll these days. Even though we don't need one. It's a bit ridiculous. So if we go up again to here, and then we can go round to here, and round to here, round to here. Okay, so if we have all of our engines encompass this area, then that should be good. So we need number 5, which will start over here. Then we need number 4. Then we need number 5 again. Okay, so those engines should now be created. We can get rid of this. I don't really care what happens to the rest of it. Oh, I can contain the entire thing. That's quite lovely. Right, next thing that we want is we need more downwards and upwards and side to side thrusters. Yeah. Because this main engine over here is going to pack quite the punch. Ah, I have an idea. I have a very, very sneaky idea. We basically have engines like this. Like that. Okay? We can weld that up so that you have components. How much steel do I have? I have that much. That's useful. So we can have this. Oh, oops. I don't think I need that many thrusters. And then what we can do is we can break this bit here. Where's end? Over here. Good. And then what we can do is we can have an equal amount of thrusters the other way. Excellent. Now the only problem is, do we have enough resources to be able to build the rest of it? Only time and my bank account will tell. How will my bank account tell? What reference is that? There is no reference. Okay, then shut up. Fine. So we should have plenty, he says, amount of lateral, no it's not lateral, strafing thrusters. The difference between strafing thrusters and regular ones, strafing is up, down, left, right, and then regular is forwards and backwards. Because this, yeah, this, I actually need to be able to move. So this kind of thing, yeah, going up and down and things is strafing, whereas moving around like this is regular. This strafe, this regular. Okay? Right, we now have engines being created. The only thing that I want more of are forward-facing engines. And the question is, how do we get more? Well, what we can do is we can change the way that this armor is laid out. Shoot. There goes the medical room. Are you seriously not connected to the back here? You kidding? I'll deal with you later. No, don't weld that back up. Right, are you guys connected to only the bottom? No? Good. You're sensible. Oh, yeah, the only problem is going to be that... Look over there! We have gyroscopes in the way. Should have done it beforehand. So we can do this, and then what we can do is... we can fit this guy here. We can get rid of... no, and then what we can do is... Yeah, get rid of more. Like this. See? And then we have, you know, 8 additional forwards facing thrusters, which is good. Now I'm going to need to deal with all of that stuff, all the gyros over there. So I'll be back in a second, and then we can show off the finished, inverted commas, design. Okay, we are back. So I've got all the thrusters up and running. Now, there is one small problem. If I remain here, yeah, I'm now not moving. As you can see, the ship itself is moving. enough so that it can actually affect me as a physics object. Strange. And we've drifted a significant area. We used to be here, and now we're over there. It's kind of freaking me out, but we do have all the other thrusters online. So if I fly over here, you can see all the magnificent amount of thrusters we have over here. This should give us plenty of control on what we're actually doing. You know, even though we don't really have control right now due to the weird drifting that we're currently experiencing. Might be a bug, might not be. It might be some weird thing with gyroscopes or something of the like. I've placed down some lights, if you can see lights. We'll sort them out now. Hang on. Look, so even if I'm here, yeah, standing on the ground, floor is still moving. It's weird. It's not supposed to happen. If I sit here, we are moving. However, notice that inertia dampeners are also on. And we have inertia dampeners in this direction. You know, all those over there, not doing anything. And look, okay, so I'm trying to move in the opposite direction, and we're not accelerating. Whereas if I try to move in the other one, we are accelerating. See? 0.1 meters a second. Let's try rotating, shall we? I said let's try rotating. Gyroscopes. Right, gyros, gyroscopes. Shown terminal off. Okay, so that should be in here now. Right. If we turn gyros to completely off, what does that do? We still... yeah, we're still moving. Okay, so this is completely strange. I've never encountered something on this like this before. I mean, we've got some components, but that's about it. Okay, right. I'm going to go and disconnect the collector, because that may be what's causing this entire thing. Okay, check quickly. You are locked. Okay. Save first, because I have a strange feeling that something is going to go wrong. Okay, disconnect. Disconnect. Go. Leave. Very quickly. Okay, stop moving. Is it still moving? No. Right. Get out the way so that we can check to see if all of the systems are now working. We'll fling you in that direction. I'll fly out. You do have inertia dampeners, that's good. If it didn't, then that's going to be a problem. Right, let's fly back in. Double check, is everything functional? Yes, the floor doesn't seem to be doing the hokey cokey. Right, so we should be able to accelerate in this direction. Nice. We should be able to accelerate in the other direction. Good. We should be able to move forward, backward. As you can see, acceleration backwards direction is not that good, even though it's not supposed to, you know, go backwards. Up. Good. Down. Good. And then rotation. Yep, this seems to be working. Okay. So, I don't know what was happening, but I think it was due to being connected to a to another ship. We'll deal with that later, or rather, we'll deal with that again when it presents itself. So now that we're here, sadly I can't see the interior since I'm using a flight seat. So there's a difference between. No, there isn't. Stop lying. Right. So now, what we've got to do. If I look around, yeah, get out. We've got to configure these lights, which is going to be fun, inverted commas. So I also want a small antenna so that I can actually, connect to the network. Where's small antenna? That's a hydrogen tank. Hang on, what? Small an. That doesn't make sense. Right. Yeah, let's fit it under here. That looks like a nice place to put it. And then let's attempt to build it up. And then we'll have the nano factory finish all of the rest. So these are the extreme interior lights. They should provide plenty of light. That's kind of their job. I've got like 4 up here, and I've got some additional downstairs. So everything should be nice. Small antenna. Okay, so the last thing that we need to do is we need to go. You're not on here because you're not actually mine. Right, show all, select absolutely everything, and transfer to me. Excellent. I'll deal with the, the control panel later, but for now we need light. Extreme interior light. We're going to enable you as lights, save, show terminal off. Okay. Now, we kind of want to, what do we want? We want a red colour? A red colour. It's a peachy red colour. Alternatively, we could go for a more peachy colour. That's pink. Why am I having pink? That's a very good question. Let's have dark red. How does that look? Menacing. Excellent. I'm just messing around with this. Right, let's also change this to mobile. That's not how you spell mobile. Mobile Refinery. Click OK, exit, look again. Mobile Refinery. Lights. And now what we want, increase the radius. Increase the radius to about this. Fall off goes to about 2. Intensity 0.5, that should be fine. So now we can see this like menacing red. It's like I'm redding out, which is the same as, well, it's similar to blacking out, but blacking out is running out of blood. Red out is just having too much blood in your brain, essentially. It's when you're accelerating downwards quite often. Like if you were to like pitch downwards in a plane, that would make you red out. If you use exactly the same amount of force as you do when you go when you pitch upwards in a plane, that's blacking out. The more you know, which may not be correct, but oh well. So let's increase this. It's a bright yellow. Increase that, decrease that a bit, so that we have a. We can have grey. Ah, yeah, the grey. Actually, it looks fine. Okay. So that's that. If we go over here, you can see it's a bit darker, and noticeably I can use the light. That's fine. If we look down here, we've also got a light there. Got a light there and a there. Even though they're the wrong way round, that's not going to kill me. I hope. And that should be good. Yeah. So last thing we're going to do is we're going to have a waltz outside, even though we can't waltz because we're in space. We kind of need a floor to do that. And yeah, you could see that the interior of here is lit up magically. Interior here is lit up. Looks kind of nice, doesn't it? And then of course these are lit up, but that's because of how the lighting works in this game. So this is what we've been working on. This is the Mobile Refinery. Next episode we will be working on retrofitting the capital ship over there, you know, lovely capital ship, and its attack drone, so that it's either got new guns or it's more efficient of space, things like that. Until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End.